Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm Tammy. I'm the Siberian Wind, and I'm glad you're here. I am working today on the Route 66 pattern. I'm going to see if I can get an image up so you guys can see that. Um, and you can see what the Route 66 quilt looks like in case you have not seen it before. There is a link in the description box that will take you over to where you can see that. And it's up to you. Go check it out. It is gorgeous. You want to see it. And you definitely want to get a copy of the pattern if you can. So I see we've got Brenda in the chat. Welcome in. Chloe's here. Pat's here. Susan is here as well. Glad you guys are here. And don't hesitate to check into the chat, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. I love knowing that you're here and hanging out with me. So we are going to be working on block 1. Let me get that image up. There we go. So there we go. That is the image of the quilt that we're working on. So that is what the Route 66 quilt looks like. There's a lot of Route 66 patterns out there. It's a popular name. This one is by Laureen Smith, and I just fell in love with it. When I saw it in the quilt shop window, I just had to have it. So I'm using my own fabrics. I'm not using a kit or anything like that. So you guys are going to get to see me work through my own fabrics and see what we can put together for this. So if you're in the chat today, let me know if you're working on this quilt. Let me know what quilts you're working on. Brenda says it's noon here already. Weekend flying by. Right. This weekend is absolutely flying by. I was talking earlier to someone, and what I had going on this week was kind of like a mini vacation, and it is so hard to get back into the swing of things after vacation. It just really is, guys. But I'm here, and we're going to do it. Susan says she's going to be cleaning off her table so she can cut what she needs to get the top of a quilt she needs to have ready to take to the lady who'll be long arming it so we can raffle it. I like that plan, Susan. That is a great plan for today. I did a lot of cleaning last week so that I have things ready, and I need to do some more cleaning. I need to do some more. So the first block we're doing in this is called Chicago Pavement. So if you're not familiar with Route 66, most of us are, but if you're not familiar with Route 66, it starts in Chicago and ends in it starts in Illinois and ends in California. So we're starting with Chicago, and let me see where it's at in the picture for you guys, and I can tell you what it's going to look like. I'm looking. I am apparently blind. Let me see. I know what it looks like, but there we go. Okay. So the second row of the quilt, the middle block, that is what we're doing. And there's a duplicate one at the bottom of the quilt, just underneath the flag panel or the map panel in the center. So that map in the center of the quilt is a panel. So I do have that panel. So I did use the panel when I was picking out my fabrics. So hopefully it will look good with it. So yeah, I'm excited about doing this quilt, guys. And so we are making 2 of these blocks. I'm only going to make one today, and then I will make the other one off camera. So, well, that, or we may just go make both. What do you think? Should I make both? You tell me. Should I make both or not? So I have all of my pieces cut. The way that this pattern is set up is slightly different from a lot of other patterns. Hey, Carrie, good to see you. Glad you're here. So in a lot of patterns, they tell you, okay, this, like fabric A, you need to cut this many pieces, and you're cutting this piece, and it's going to be labeled A, this piece is B, this piece is C. Hey, Chris, welcome in. She says, happy Saturday, everyone. Right? It is Saturday. I honestly forgot today was Saturday. My week has been really off. It's just really off. So a lot of patterns have you cut this many pieces, right? What this pattern does differently is it lists out all of your blocks. Make one and see if you want to continue. Carrie, I like your thinking. I do need to go ahead and do it anyway. It's going to happen. Might as well. But this pattern, what they do is they have you cut strips out of each of your fabrics. So like this fabric right here, that one is my, let's see, that one is not ocean. That one is my royal. That's what I'm putting in for my royal fabric. And so it tells you to cut these strips. And then when you get to the block page, then it tells you out of your strip, subcut these. So when you get to your block, then you subcut. So I actually have all my little Ziploc bags with each of my blocks in it, and all it has is these strips for that block. And when you have leftovers, I'm putting it back into the box, and I will pull from it when I get to where I need it. So I've got my 2 blocks for Chicago pavement cut. I know you can't see a lot of it there. You'll see it as it goes through the machine. Susan says, got my kicks on Route 66, been on that famed highway in Arizona and New Mexico. Yes. Do you? I would do both. Chain stitch. Yeah, see, Brenda, I usually do chain stitch. So that's probably what we're going to do. All right. So first step, we're going to be taking our ocean fabric, because I don't have these labeled what I should have them labeled as. I'm going to take my ocean, and we are sandwiching the red, and we are going to sandwich that to make the center of it. Hey, Nikki, welcome in. Now, my ocean and my red are solids, so there's no right side. It doesn't matter. And then we're also going to be making a lot of units that are sandwiching ocean in the middle with our what are we calling this? We're calling this is our oyster. This is our oyster fabric. So it was a lot to try to figure out what fabrics I was using. That was part of the probably the hardest part of all this, was figuring out what fabrics I wanted to use in order to get this quilt going. But I knew the moment I saw that quilt that I wanted to make it. It was an immediate, I've got to have that quilt. What quilt in your life, guys? What quilt in your life has been that for you? What quilt have you just said, I have to make that? What quilt has been like that for you? So this is step 1. We're making 2 of unit 1. And I'm also going to go ahead and do step 2, which is making 4 of unit 2. So we're going to do that too. And I think I've got thread caught in my bobbin case because I just broke thread. So let me fix that. Welcome to Saturday morning, guys. For all of you who have wondered for the longest time why I am not normally the Saturday morning person, this is why. I like this stuff to happen off camera where I don't have to think about it too much. Yeah, that's me. That's me. But, you know, where's the fun in never having a hiccup, right? If I can show you how I handle the hiccups, then it works. Oh, Carrie's working on Starry Night. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Starry Night. I'm so looking forward to working on that. I've got 2 other heavy hitter projects that I've got to get done first, and I've got to get some quilting done. My original plan for yesterday was going to involve me getting to quilt, and I got back here way later than originally planned. I was originally supposed to be staying in town and not driving, but oh well, life happens, right? Life absolutely happens. I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to oil Ricky up. I feel like Ricky might be a little dry, and that's why she's pitching a fit on my very second piece of the day. Oh, so what do you guys eat for Saturday morning breakfast? I know we just talked food last night, but what do you guys eat? Nikki says it was her strawberry quilt. She still hasn't bound it, but it's muddy season. I don't want muddy dogs on it. I hear you on that. I definitely hear you on that. What we do on our bed is we put a flat sheet on top of the bed, and that catches the majority of everything, including the dog hair. And I don't have to wash my quilts as often. We just have to throw that flat sheet into the wash. So even though we've got like a queen size bed, I just have to have a twin size flat sheet. And that does everything I need it to do and protects the quilts and protects the bed and yeah, all of that. That was kind of what we learned being out on the road, because we were out on the road and we had like a twin size bed at the time in the truck, and Muddy Dog, from running around playing in the rain and whatever the truck stop could bring up for him, we didn't want all of that on our sheets. So sheet over the top worked perfectly to salvage our sanity. The I-90 mountain pass across the Cascades has finally opened. Oh, good. Chains are required. Fair. It was closed off and on yesterday and closed in the afternoon. It was closed all night due to the huge amount of snow. You see, we need that snow. We are supposed to be getting some snow tonight. We're going to see if we actually get any. Brenda says she knew she had to make it. The quilt she's doing with Danny, so not an expert. When I seen the blackberry brand, it is a beautiful quilt. I saw that quilt. It's gorgeous. Good choice, Brenda. Chris says she proteins up. If she doesn't, it affects her appetite the rest of the day. See, I ate a couple of eggs, so maybe that will work for me this morning. It should. That's kind of what I always eat. Is I always eat some eggs or something. But I think I'm just in recovery mode, coming off of vacation. I need that recovery time. You go on vacation, then you need a vacation from vacation. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. All right, this does not seem right. I think I should be making 4 of this. Oh, I am making 4. Okay, these are my centers. Well, I was going to quilt, but my foot broke. Oh no! I like to use my ruler foot. Forgot how to judge spacing with my regular darting foot. Oh no, Carrie. I would love to be ruler quilting, but I don't have the ruler foot. I just need to be quilting, period. I've got that quilt on the frame. I just got my foot replaced. So we're going to see. Let's see. Oh, Nikki's saying that's a great idea about the sheet. Yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we did it. So, if you imagine living in a camper, you have unpredictable weather. You never know what to expect as far as where you're going to be next and what the weather's going to be like. It's fantastic to protect your sheets. Hey, Pam, good morning to you. Good morning. Susan says she had a breakfast sandwich this morning, sausage, cheese, and egg on an English muffin. Oh, Susan, where was mine? You didn't bring me mine. I'm a little disappointed. Brenda says she normally has bacon. Ooh, bacon is good. Bacon is very good. I did not have bacon. I should have had bacon. Bacon's worth it. I didn't want to cook bacon, but bacon is good. I agree. I wholeheartedly endorse that message. Wholeheartedly endorse that message. All right. So the center of this block is a 9 patch. That is as simple as it gets. It is a 9 patch. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm about to put my red center ones back in place, roll them through, and then I'm going to see if there's pressing instructions. Because if there's not, I'm going to invent my own. Do you guys like when I invent my own pressing instructions? Because usually it involves pressing open, but on a 9 patch I like to nest. So we're going to see if this pattern has pressing instructions, because I didn't pay attention in advance. My husband's getting ice and getting ready for his day. I don't have a ruler base. I just like the shape of the ruler foot because it's equal distance on all sides. There you go. I don't have a ruler base either, though. My ruler quilting that I was doing for a while was when I had my sit-down long arm. And it had a ruler foot already, but you had the table as your ruler base. My vacation starts in 11 days. Oh, Nikki, that's fantastic. She says she's really looking forward to it. She wound up washing her quilts a lot because the corgis shed a lot. Yes, Yes, so instead of washing the quilt all the time, I mean, granted, you don't see your quilts as much because they're covered up by a flat sheet, but you know, you get to see them every time you change it out, or you know, if you want to pull the sheet off during the day, and you know, if you can prevent them from getting on the quilts during the day, yeah, it's fantastic. I like just having to wash one sheet, and even if I wash that flat sheet every day or every other day, that's nothing. That's like super easy peasy. Just throw it in, you know, a load, and it's good. Our flat sheet is actually in the wash right now. Pam said I finally got the last of our items to the new apartment Wednesday. Now very slowly getting everything back in place. Yeah, I am going to be going through that in June. I don't know where we're moving, like what kind of house we're moving into or what we're gonna find, but we're doing that in June. So you'll get to wish me luck. Maybe you'll be unpacked by the time I'm packing. That's what I can hope for, right? We're going to hope for that. Okay. It does not say a direction to press, so I'm going to press towards the blue because I know my oyster, my fabric that I'm using for oyster is really light, and I don't want fabric to show through. So if I press to the blue on this, I can press to the blue on my oyster as well. Hey, Regina! Good morning to you. Carrie says she doesn't do a lot of free motion or a lot of sitting free motion quilting since she got her cutie frame. Yeah, I hear you on that. I could have sat to use my cutie frame, but it wasn't worth it either. It was just easier to stand. Just so much easier to stand. All right, we're just going to take this off the machine. There we go. There we go. I've got all of my notions. I've got everything set exactly where I need it to be, and I'm still just kind of waking up. So this is why, in case you guys are wondering, I normally don't schedule morning lives. Morning is still recovery, waking up from sleeping, the recovery from sleeping. You know how as you get older, you twist something in your sleep and you don't know what you did? Yeah, that's me every day. It's me every day. So I usually use my mornings to just chill. And I might get busy and might get going with stuff, but I don't rush myself ever in the mornings.
I'm supposed to go with Larry and Sharon today.
Okay. So the husband is heading out and he needs to keep me posted. Don't you love mornings, guys? Don't you love mornings? So what do you do? What do you do to wake up, guys? What is your morning routine? Are you a coffee drinker? Do you have to have your coffee? Does quilting wake you up? What wakes you up in the morning? And I know there's going to be an answer in there that I'm going to laugh at because I know it's coming. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for who says it. But what is your morning routine? What wakes you up every day? Do you set an alarm? Does your body wake you up? Do you wake up because you still are working? Do you wake up just because you want to quilt? What do you do? What is your wake up? What is your wake up? I want to share happies this morning. What is your wake up? So I have 4 of these and 4 of these. This is unit 1. This is unit 2. All right. So we are going to sew these together and we're going to make a 9 patch. That is the second part of step 2. There's not that many steps to this. And because it's only 2 blocks, it's easy. It's easy. Easy peasy. Y'all are so quiet this morning. See, that's another thing. I need you guys to be chatty. Should I put raffles in there every morning? If I do morning lives, should I just do raffles when I do mornings? Oh. The Reflections mystery clue does come out tomorrow, guys. So if you're doing the Reflections Mystery, that is coming out tomorrow. The email will be going out after this live is done. Because of the mini vacation this week, I did not get on task and get things done. Carrie, she says she will let me know what wakes her up when she's actually awake. Susan says it is 2 cups of coffee, because she said cups of coffee and then she specified 2. I can handle the smell of coffee in the morning, I just don't drink it. I just do not drink it. It is not necessary. Well, for me. I know some people swear by coffee. It's just that flavor I can't get. Chloe says at my local quilt shop to get more fabric for a bag I made a mistake on. Oh no! Sorry about the mistake, but hey, that's an excuse to shop. That is an excuse to shop. I would not complain about that. Since I retired, I enjoy waking up, but this week I've been dragging. I slept late this morning. Nikki, retirement is a whole nother game. It is a whole nother ballpark. Retirement is not the same as your working life for sure. I don't know how you're still waking up early. I just don't know. Brenda says she's up sewing and prepping every morning. She is a morning person. See, I am a morning person to some extent, but I definitely am a night owl. I can hang out longer at night than I can during the morning. I think in the morning I'm just apprehensive that I'm going to overdo it for the day. Maybe that's why I take it slow in the mornings. That's my story. I'll stick to it. That's my story. So I will be gone in July for a little bit. I'm going to be teaching at Quilt, Wyoming in Powell, Wyoming. Registration for that opens in April for Wyoming State Quilt Guild members. And then I think it opens May 1st for those who aren't. Susan, I drink coffee in the morning, says Carrie. I won't sleep without it. I'm backwards. Oh, yeah. When I was drinking Dr. Pepper, I had to have it at night, too. Oh gosh, Susan says it's the second Saturday she woke up early enough to watch Sean's Breckie live in a row. Yeah, I'm not that early of a person. That is not happening. Not happening. All right, so we're going to make 2 of Unit 3. All right, that's what I just did. They're still sitting there. And so, yeah, we got that. I'll measure it in a minute. I'll measure it before we press. We make 8 of Unit 4. So Unit 4 is our oyster. And then we are using I'm going to measure, make sure I'm in the right ones. I sew in the morning if I have things laid out. See, I don't even have to have things laid out. I will absolutely bring things up to start working on. Okay, these are, I believe, the right ones. We're going to see. We are going to see. Okay, yeah, this is my taupe. And that's the 3rd side. So, good grief. Good grief. They are not making it simple to easily understand. So I'm double checking. So bear with me because I want to make sure that I'm putting these in the right location. That makes sense. There's double of these and there are these. So we're good. All right. So Unit 4 is a corner unit. So we're going to be making 8 total corner units. So there should be 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yes, there are 8 of them. So when I run out, I'm done. That's a fair way to go. And I'll get these cut off of there, and we'll go ahead and press them. And I don't have my board where you guys can see it, so I can't put them up on the board. I do a lot of planning in the mornings. That's typically what I'm doing. I don't necessarily do a ton of sewing in the mornings, but I definitely do a lot of planning. I get planning done, and then I can work the rest of the day. I'm looking to get back into routine again. March is just absolutely screwed up because I've got too much in the background going on to really do it in March. So maybe in April I'll be back on task and not be dragged all over the place. So how many of you here this morning are also working on Reflections Mystery? How many of you are participating in this year's mystery? And I do have next year's mystery planned. I don't have it test stitched, but it is planned. So how many of you are doing this year's? And how many of you are waiting until next year? Because I can assure you it is going to be a blast. I guess I need to not have to decide to what to sew on first thing in the morning. I can't plan until I'm fully awake. There you go. That's fair. That's very fair. All right, I'm going to point something out as I put this next piece in. So as I'm sewing these, I am putting my triangles on top. That is very intentional. So when you cut triangles, you are going to have bias edges. And the bias edges on these triangles are on these sides, okay? The right angle sides are the bias on this one. This one is not a bias, okay? This one is cut straight of grain. These are cut on the bias. When you are sewing with triangles and you have bias in the mix, make sure that you are putting your bias pieces on top so that you don't stretch them. Your feed dogs will not have the chance to cause you grief because the feed dogs never touch your bias. Chris is waiting until next year. That is okay. I will start posting information about fabric requirements in August, and I've already got a launch scheduled for during the retreat. So if you do come to the September retreat, you will have a bonus pack that has all the information you need. And you'll be able to get your fabric at the vendors there if you would like a kit of fabric or choose your own fabrics. You'll be able to pick that out while you're at the retreat in September. So I am planning that too. Sheila, welcome in. She's listening while doing some work. Well, I can respect that. I can respect that. Carrie is still figuring out her fabric. That might be coming to Casper with me to finish. Yes, you will want to bring Reflections with you to finish. I can guarantee you want to bring it with you to finish. If you are working on the Reflections mystery, you will get your final clue at the retreat. So that is going to be my going thing, is the September retreat will always offer you the final clue to the mystery before the rest of YouTube gets access to it. So you can get your clue before the rest of YouTube land. What better, what better sales point, right? You want that mystery clue. You want that mystery clue early, right? So yeah, you just need to come to the retreat. I gotta try. You gotta give me brownie points for trying, guys. Just saying. All right, I'm going to go ahead and press these. I'm going to leave that one on the machine, and I will pull it off the machine as I go. Because these are not touching anything else in this block that I need a seam pressed one direction or another. So I'm going to press it out towards the taupe, which is a darker fabric for me. I don't know if taupe is supposed to be darker than oyster, but I made it that way. Hey, Gladys, good to have you here. Good morning to you. Good morning. I love when you guys pop in and say hello. I do. I really, truly do love it when you guys pop in to say hello. It makes my morning. It makes my day. It makes my evening. It makes my life. I love it. I love it. I appreciate you all for doing that. I really do. I really do. So I think today we'll have 2 blocks. I don't think I'll have a problem getting 2 blocks done because it's only 30 minutes in. Yeah, we're good to go. Susan's asking Gladys how she is doing this morning. Let me see if I can get the puppy dog to stop. Thank you, sir. I can see you. Yeah, I can see you. He's over there just... Yeah, it's that kind of day, guys. It is that kind of day. Yeah, I see you. You need to stop. All right. So let me put these on here, and we're going to start feeding these through. And this time the point has to go in first because I still want that bias triangle to be on top and not stretch. So I'm still having to do that to behave. All right. I haven't even finished my song sparrow quilt, says Nikki. I had a stent for kidney stones for weeks. Ouch. I bet setting was unpleasant. But I measured it wrong and seam ripped a lot. Oh, I bet you are. I bet you are. Okay. We fussed at the dog again. Sorry. So in case you wondered why you couldn't hear what I just said, there was a reason. I have to use the mom tone. I don't want to use the mom tone with you guys. I'll use the mom tone with him, but not with you guys. You guys did nothing to deserve the mom tone. Oh, there he goes again. And he stops. Yay! Okay. I know, you guys love my commentary about the dog, right? And about him just, acting out and acting a fool and doing all the crazy, silly stuff that dogs do. Yeah. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. So I am looking at doing a retreat in April. I'm looking probably at the last weekend in April. I haven't set dates yet for sure. But if you want to kind of be looking, I'm thinking it's going to be near the end of April. Because I don't think I should do it near the beginning of April. Hi, you brought me a blankie? Did you bring me a blankie? Would you like to show me your blankie? Would you like to show them your blankie? You want to say hi? As he's slowly backing away. I got interrupted by a blankie, guys. There he goes. There he goes. Now you guys can see the tail. I'm enjoying the unusual event of mine sleeping while... Oh, Carrie, right? The sewing while your dog is sleeping is just an absolutely amazing experience. Because then you're not in mom brain focused on what the dog is doing as you're a dog mom. And, the dog getting into things is always aggravating and stressful and yeah. What did you give your dogs and where do I get some? Oh. Mine has actually, he's sat down. He's not settled, but he sat. So we'll see if he'll settle in a little bit. Oh, there he goes. Good boy. We have a settle. Hi, Rita. No, I have not grown a tail, Rita. Good try. I have not grown a tail. Oh, good morning to you. You are much more chipper than I am this early in the morning. I mean, here I am. I scheduled this live, and then I'm not even awake yet, really. I mean, I'm awake enough, but I'm not really awake the way that I'd like to be. Something like that. All right. Let's see, there we go. Rita, you are so funny. He's finally settled. I'm really impressed. Maybe me talking about Carrie's dog sleeping got it through to him that see, these other dogs are behaving. Watch out for flying pigs today, friends. This is a rare day. It is a rare day. It is. It so is. Tammy is live on a Saturday. It's a rare day. Oh, I haven't been live on a Saturday in a long time, have I? It's been a few months, hasn't it? Maybe. I'm surprised you have. I know, right? This early in the morning. Rita, you know me. I'm not this person normally. But we gotta get on the road early. This is Route 66. We gotta get on the road early. We just gotta. All right. Let's see. I have to leave for my open sew day with my quilt guild. Have fun. Absolutely, Chris. Have a blast. Have a blast, and we will see you later. Do you love those blocks on that quilt? Wow. Yes, Rita. The pattern link is in the description box. So if you want to get the pattern, you can go get it and join in. The block we're working on today is on the second and next to last rows, and it is in the middle. It's called Chicago Pavement. So if you look at the map of the U.S. That's in the center, it is kind of right above Minnesota and North Dakota. It's above that, and it's below Texas. So even though the map doesn't have the states outlined, it's about above and below. There we go. Gladys has dropped her channel link, guys. If you've not checked out Gladys, the Confident Quilter, please make sure you do so. She has some great content over there on her channel, and she would love your support. Wait. I get it now. Tammy comes live and twists my arm to do new blocks. Ouch. Right, Rita? Absolutely. I was just talking about, not new blocks, but I was just talking about the next year's mystery and how if you want to join in, I will be doing a launch party at the retreat. I will be doing a launch party. We are also going to have a quilt parade at the retreat. So if you are coming to the retreat in September, or you're thinking about it, or you're planning to, plan to bring a finished quilt if you can. It can be a small one. It can be whatever. It can be just a quilt top. We will let that slide because some of you are flying in. And I know, weight restrictions and all of that. But bring a quilt or a quilt top for the quilt parade. If you need to borrow a quilt for the quilt parade, let me know, and I will find someone or something to make sure that you have a quilt for the quilt parade. So even if you're borrowing a quilt, you will be able to participate in the quilt parade. So that is one of the fun things that we are going to be doing during the retreat. I'm looking forward to the parade. I really am. I do like parades, so what better time to have one than at a retreat? I like the idea of a quilt parade. I've been kind of eyeing different quilt parades and how people have done them. So I've got a couple ideas we're going to do. I'm going to enlist help. We're going to get a quilt parade done. All right. So this is what all of my blocks look like now. All I did was trim off little dog ear pieces, and now I am adding another triangle to the top. Right side area. Adding another triangle to the top. So that is the next step that we've got to do. And I am going to try to center it so that it's exactly where it needs to be. That is always a challenge with doing these. You can fold this in half and give yourself a press line. Am I going to worry about it right now? No, I am not. I could, but I'm not going to. So, and accuracy and cutting will go a long way towards making this easier to do. Was I worried about accuracy and cutting? Not as much as I should be. So just keep in mind, my cuts are not perfect on this quilt. They're close. But I didn't do as much starching as I normally do. We're going to see how I do without doing some of the extras. We're low-keying some of this quilt because I want to do this quilt. So What, if you've seen people doing quilt parades, what's your favorite quilt parade that you've seen? I know a lot of people post them on Facebook, and we'll post ours on Facebook and possibly on YouTube if you consent to being on YouTube, and we'll cover up faces. I can do that if you don't want your face shown. But if you are or if you have seen a quilt parade, what's your favorite quilt parade that you've seen? How was it done? Where was it done? What was your favorite thing about seeing a quilt parade? Is it about the quilts? Is it about the people holding the quilts and walking with the quilts, dancing with the quilts, whatever? What was your favorite thing? I have a couple of ideas planned, and I think I can get the city of Casper behind it, and I think we're going to have a fun time. Carrie has not seen any quilt parades. Oh, okay. So we're going to be your first quilt parade ever. All right. I can live with that. I can live with that. I thought somebody else would put a comment in there too, but nope, not yet. Not yet. I'm starting to wake up, guys. It only took me about half an hour. 45 minutes into my live, and I'm awake. Oh. So, yep, I'm just chain piecing. I'm just chain piecing all these. So I know it all blends in together, but there's that triangle that I'm adding to the top. So, and I am pressing my seams to sides. I am not pressing them open on this quilt yet. So we're going to see how that goes, and if I need to change it for different blocks, that's what we will do. I like it when they show the quilt outside. I like that too, Sheila. I do. And I think we're going to be able to do that here. I don't think there's going to be any problems with showing the quilts outside here. Usually September, the weather is fairly clear enough to do all of that. September is the tail end of wildfire season. Or not really tail end, but it is during wildfire season. So that's going to be my one determining factor, is if we have a bad wildfire season, I don't want to put everybody's health at risk being outside. So it would be up to each individual quilter as to whether or not they wanted to be outside, if they can handle the smoke for a few minutes. I don't leave my house except for appointments and sewing with friends, so it probably will be my first quilt parade day. I can handle that. We'll take that responsibility. Tammy, when you ordered the Route 66, did you get the pattern in the mail? I did not. I actually got mine at my local quilt shop. But I do have a physical pattern. So like my pattern is the original printed pattern. So I didn't order it online, but I knew not every quilt shop would have it. So that's why I did the links. But yeah, I do have the physical pattern. I do. I haven't seen a quilt parade in person. I've only seen them online. So all the quilt parades I've seen have been videos of quilt parades. So I want one in person for a change. I want one in person. So when I got my pattern, again, I got it in person, but when I got my pattern, I also I just wondered, as it does not seem to be digital. No, I don't think it is digital. I don't know if anybody is offering it as digital, but I didn't see it as digital. When I went looking to give you guys a link, I couldn't find it digitally. So I think it is a print pattern. And I don't know if I don't know if there's any information on the pattern at all. No, there's really not. Because I think I looked through it too. Because I couldn't find digital options. Not like with Yuletide Sampler, where you can get it digitally through Chorus Quilts. Admittedly at a much higher price, but no, I didn't even see that option for this. Yes, I did get the panel. So there is a link as well in the description box that includes the panel, and it's from the same vendor. So that Honeybee Quilts, I believe, is where I sent you guys to. They offered the panel as well as the pattern. I've been informed that I want to say, oh gosh, trying to think of where it is, because there's another place that offers the panel as well. I didn't see it on their website, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, it is, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Gosh, there is another place that offers the panel. I just cannot for the life of me remember where. So, all right, so this is oversized to be able to add the next piece on. So what I'm going to do is my next piece, I'm going to fold in half and give myself a press line. And I'm going to take my triangle piece and I'm also going to fold it in half, or relatively in half, using that point as a reference. And I'm going to line up my centers. So if you are working on this quilt, that's how I would recommend lining it up, because there's nothing in the pattern about how to position it. It's just attach it. It's just sew it on there. Because it says make 2 unit 3s, which make 8 unit 4s, which is what I've made. That is what these are. And then so basically you're sewing this blue piece on there, but then it doesn't say anything about positioning. It just says, attaching it. So this would be not exactly a beginner pattern. This would be an intermediate pattern because not every instruction is spelled out clearly. So just keep that in mind. You do have to have basic quilting or quilting or sewing knowledge to be able to do this. Shipping is a bit, well, I take it the panel is super large. It's not super big. I don't know why they're charging outrageous shipping, but maybe that's just because shipping is getting expensive. But the panel's not that big. Really and truly. The panel's not big at all. I mean, it's a big panel, but it's not like massive. That should be higher shipping. So I don't know. But you know you want to do it, Rita. You know that is the most important part, is you want to do this quilt now. You've seen the quilt picture. You're sitting there looking at it. You've gone to the website to look at ordering it. So you know you want it. Welcome to my quilting world, guys. Welcome to my quilting world. Yeah, shipping prices have gone pretty high on a lot of things. And shipping times also have gotten crazy. Absolutely crazy. $10.95 for shipping. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I thought we were talking like $20, $30. Yeah, $11. Compared to what I'm used to seeing for a lot of other things, $11 is not bad. I did order it's Tammy's fault. That's okay. I take responsibility for it, Rita. How are those flying birds coming along? Because I haven't heard anything on the flying birds in a while. I did for those of you who don't know, or who don't know the reference that I'm talking to, there is a quilt called Follow the Goose. It is my pattern. It is a free pattern. And it's a lot of flying geese. And Rita started calling them flying birds. So I have to give her a hard time. I have to ask her about the flying birds every so often, because I don't think she's finished it. Have you finished it? Then another $10.25 shipping on the pattern. Oh no! They should be packaging it together. I give them a call. Oh, flying birds are in a box. See, they're not put together. Thank you, Susan. She says she loves my shirt. I figured I should do something patriotic. since we're doing a patriotic quilt, I figured I should be patriotic. So this is one of the shirts that I got to use for Quilt of Valor Awards, especially in the summer. And it works really well for that, except that now it's a few sizes too big and doesn't quite fit like it should. But it covers me. It's modest. It works. No, cannot order together. Oh, no. That's messed up. Okay, I did not know that they were going to do that. I disagree with their ideology doing that. I'm just going to say that. You should be able to order it together. That's kind of really disappointing that you can't. So now I see what you're saying about shipping. But at least you will have it. I will say this. It's probably less expensive than driving there to get it. Hey, Linda, welcome in. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. So the quilt on the picture is the one we are working on today, and it is Route 66. This is the first installment of this quilt. It is a block of the month program, and I am working on block 1, which is Chicago Pavement, month 1, which is Chicago Pavement. Oh, that's crazy, Rita. She says she tried to add both to the order and it wouldn't let her. I don't know why. That's just That's I'm frustrated for you because that's not cool. That's not cool. So I would call them and ask them, hey, what can you do about this? Okay, I'm hearing the dog. Making sure what I'm hearing. We still have crazy winds, guys. There's been siding blown off the side of the building here. We've had shingles go missing. We've been luckier than Cheyenne. Cheyenne had, whole roofs blown off. A lot of trees down. We've had some trees, but not that many. It would be cheaper for me to order instead of driving. Yeah, see, there you go, Carrie. Ordering it instead of driving for it. That's the key. And it'd be a lot of hassle to drive that far. There really isn't that many blocks, as several blocks are the same. Yeah, there's a lot of duplicate blocks. So this Chicago Pavement, there's 2 of them. The block in the corners, there's 4 of those. So that takes up a couple of them. And there's a few others that, like, you're duplicating the blocks. So it's not like all of them. There's at least 2 blocks of everything. It's not like 1 block of everything. And it's fairly easy piecing. Everything that I've cut has not been hard to do. Yeah, Carrie, I agree with you. She says I'd still call and ask them to combine it. Yeah, I would too. Rita, that's what you can have Baron do. You can just have Baron call them and just go, hey Baron, will you have them? Will you call these people and tell them that I don't need to pay shipping twice? They need to refund, part of my shipping. Outsource the complaints department, right? That way you can just enjoy the process. And all are duplicated, so total different blocks is 11. That sounds about right. Or maybe there are 12. I don't have the full pattern in front of me. All I have right now in front of me is just this month. I do that intentionally because I am one of those quilters that I will peek ahead and look ahead and think through, do I really want to do that block next or do I want to skip? Yeah, we're not skipping ahead. We're not skipping ahead. So I've started doing that where I only pull out the 1 block I need so that I don't get ahead of myself. So there is that. All right, next to last one, so I got 1 more to go. So I had a total of 8 of these. If you won't do it, I'll do it for you, Rita. See, there you go, Carrie. I like that. Oh, Rita, you're cracking me up. She says, Baron calling. They would charge me triple for shipping. Oh, that cracks me up. See, I just find the friends that don't mind making phone calls so that I don't have to. Because I despise making phone calls on my own behalf. I will make phone calls for other things or other people any day. Any day. Calling on my own behalf, no. No, that's when I just kind of shut down and want somebody else to do it for me. Just because I just don't want to. Now, if one of you said, "Hey, I need you to call me," that would be different. Hey, Ellen, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Like calling one of you guys, that'd be different. But yeah, calling for myself for a business, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it one bit. All right. So let's see. This was make 8 unit 5s. Yep, we did that. So unit 4 tutorial note orientation. Yes. And then okay, so we're not doing unit 7 initially. Okay. Dawn does Carrie's calling too. See? See, I like that. I don't want to. I don't wanna. I'll complain about it. I just don't wanna. All right, I'm gonna press towards the blue because the blue is definitely my darker fabric here. So we're gonna press towards the blue. I would love to see this quilt in slightly different color arrangements, where maybe you do more red instead of blue. Like if you know who it's going to, or who's going to keep it. I do like this color arrangement because that's why I fell in love with it. I do like this original color arrangement. So I'm not messing with mine, but I would love to see this quilt done in different colors. And I could see this done as a Quilt of Valor if you have a Quilt of Valor panel. Just doing red, white, and blue blocks again. And it seems like it would be fairly simple to do it that way. We'll see as we get into more difficult blocks. And he doesn't, I don't think it'll be that difficult. But there are some differences in some of the blocks. Like the corner blocks and then the block to the right of this block at the top, the second row. That one has some special stuff to it too. Aw, Carrie says he doesn't want special hugs. Aw. Oh, we'd give him a special hug anyway. We'd give him a special hug just because we could. All right, let me measure this block and make sure that my centers are the right size. And I can't give you those measurements because it's a purchase pattern, but I know what it's supposed to be, so that's what I'm going to check. We are going to see. And I feel like I should starch this, but I don't want to get my starch right now. So we're not going to. Okay, it's a little bit over. So no, maybe it's not. It's a little off, but not all across the board. So I'm just going to even up one of these sides where it's not super even. And we're going to go from there. That way it is at the correct size there. And the rest of it is fine. Okay. I guess I should starch it. It really would work better. Okay. Where did I put my starch? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, found it. Okay. I have to shake it up, guys. I still have not swapped over. This is still that Stay Flow. Can you guys believe I still have some of that left? We're going to starch both of these, and then I'm going to trim them. No, Tammy, I mean special hugs he almost got during last year. Oh. That's fair. That's fair. That was a very special hug, Carrie. That was a very special hug. Definitely reserved for, definitely reserved for him. And, yeah. Now I remember what we're talking about. Now I remember. We all have special hugs. See, I'm just going to go get one of those bags of like Hershey Kisses and throw some hugs in there that are really weird flavors and see if my husband notices. That's his special hugs. That's his special hugs. Oh my gosh. Oh, the things that happen at retreat don't stay at retreat. They don't completely stay at retreat. What a terrific lady that answered the phone. Oh, that's amazing, Rita. So tell us more. I feel like we should be doing the Tell Me More song from Greece. Oh, I definitely want to hear more. Was that Grease 1 or Grease 2? That Tell Me More song. Was that Grease 1 or Grease 2? I can't remember. Oh, they hold up so much better now that they're starched. Okay. Honeybee is owned and operated by a lady and her little dog. She was so excited when I told her Tammy was Siberian was promoting her quilt. Yay! That is awesome. Well, did you tell her where to find me and how to subscribe? Because she needs to know where to how to subscribe and to promote me too. You know, just saying. Just saying. All right. Yeah, we're going to be able to trim a little bit now that I've starched. And we're going to square it because it is not square. Okay, we got a number 2. I'm curious. Oh, is Grease 2? Okay. See, it takes me a minute. I ask a question, then YouTube takes its mandatory 30-second delay, and then when you guys answer, then I'm having to figure out what I just said. Of course I did. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rita. You're amazing. Where do I get friends like you guys? Y'all rock. Thank you. Thank you so much. And, hey, she can start sending people to retreat, too. She can start sending people to retreat. Yeah, this is going to be a monthly. I'm doing this one as a monthly sew-along. So once a month, we are going to work on this quilt. So she can promote the Route 66 lives and then come and show up for a retreat and all that. She said she was in the cutting room getting the blocks of the month orders sent out. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know if she was doing it. Oh, well, yeah, I remember she had this one as one of the block of the months too listed. I mean, I didn't even originally find this through her shop. So I'm happy that I can help support her because my local shop doesn't have this anymore. Shocked and did not expect it to be a small company. I didn't either. Her website's fantastic. For a small company, her website's awesome. Awesome. Okay. So now we have these starched and correctly sized. So that will make a difference if your fabrics are not starched, you know, or pressed very well. You may get slightly different results. So we're just going to see. We're just going to see. Okay. So I got to put one of these to each side of this center block. So let's attach that. And it doesn't matter which side you put on top. I'm going to put the one with all the seams on top so I can make sure that the seams are laying the way I want them to lay. That's just the way that I'm going to do it. In your sewing room, you choose which way you're going to do it. You can just choose. I really should have starched all of these before I did anything, but did I? No. Because that would have been more work that Tammy didn't want to do. So, all right. I'm going to get it attached to both sides, and then I will flip it, and we'll do the other pieces that we need to do. She also said for anyone that wants can call her directly, and she'd be happy to take order over the phone for those not wanting to use the website. She was so funny and beyond nice. That's great to hear, Rita. I'm so excited that I was able to support her, and she's that amazing. That is so amazing. I may have to just call her after this live then, guys. You guys, you might have just made a connection. You might have just made a connection for her. So that's awesome. So Honeybee Fabrics is apparently a fantastic place to contact and work with and all of that. That's good to hear. That's very good to hear. Okay, so I've got one attached. So now I'm going to attach the other one. And again, I'm going to put my multiple seams up. So my 9 patch is going on top. And that way I can check my pressing as I go. Because I had to fix something on the other block. Not this one that I'm sewing right now, but the one that just came off the machine. I had a little bit to fix on it. All right, I'm always willing to pay that extra for great customer service, right, Rita? Absolutely. Great customer service can be so hard to find. So it's amazing when we can find that. Absolutely amazing. So worth it. We need to get you up here for a retreat, Rita. I know you don't like traveling, but we really need to get you here for a retreat. I think you'd have a blast. An absolute blast. All right. I can be here today because the committee retreat that was scheduled for today was canceled due to all the snow. You can't get to the retreat center. The road isn't paved and covered with 4 feet of snow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 4 feet of snow is a little hard to drive through. It's not impossible if you got the right vehicle, but it's not easy to drive through. All right. These blocks are looking great, guys. They are looking fantastic. So I reserved 2 hours for this, but I don't think we're going to need a full 2 hours. I think we're going to be done way early, which is a good thing. But it doesn't take that long. Okay, so there's the centers. Both blocks are here. So now I've got to do additional sewing onto this. We're going to take our taupe and sew it onto the sides. You actually think all those retreat people could handle being picked on? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Rita, we're going to pick right back at you. You know us. You know us. We're going to pick right back at you. It's a good environment. We're going to have fun. And besides, it's 24/7 access to the sewing lounge, okay? So it doesn't matter what time of day you like to sew. If you can't sleep, you got a place you can go. It doesn't matter if there's no restaurants open downtown. You don't have to have nothing extra, but you got a sewing lounge access. It's worth it. I can only imagine that would be fun. It would be hilarious, Rita. It'd be hilarious. We'd love to have you here. It's just the getting you here. It's just the getting you here. Same with you, Susan. Same with you. We'd love to have you here. I know it's not in the cards this year for you, you've already said, but you know, I'd love to get you guys out here. Have you a chance to have a vacation here? Because you can vacation here, but I insist that you tell me if I go too far. Oh yeah, absolutely, Carrie. That goes without saying. If you go too far, we will tell you. There will always be somebody who will tell you. And we'll tell you gently. We'll tell you gently. Thank you, sir. I do not need my ankle licked. Oh, he goes and drinks water, and then he comes over here to lick my ankle. To say hi again. Who else's dog does that? Is that just me? Is that just my dog? Is he the ankle licker of the whole group? Now, you guys also have to tell Paladin if he goes too far too. If he's loving up on you and it's too much, just tell him or tell me and I'll fix it. I feel like y'all are so quiet this morning. I feel like I'm talking to myself for some reason today. Maybe it's just the whole getting back into being in my studio again. It would be great fun. Only thing I cannot fly due to the stupid spinal cord thing, so I go anywhere I have to drive. Or rather, Baron would have to drive. I know, I get it. I definitely get it on that. I totally get it. So, Baron would enjoy a vacation too. Baron would enjoy a vacation, wouldn't he? Because Casper would be a vacation for him too. I'm just saying. We wouldn't mind him coming up here. He doesn't have to sew and quilt. But if he wants to eat dinner with you, he'd have to pay for the retreat registration. But that's just how we're covering the food cost too. The majority of it is the food cost. That is the majority of the retreat expense, is the food. All right. But we have so many door prizes and giveaways and things. We are going to have a swap table too. So if you want to bring things that you want to get out of your sewing area and you don't want to buy it, or you don't want anybody to have to buy it from you, you can bring it. I'm also considering doing a silent auction. So if you want to bring something, maybe it's a little bit more substantial, but you want it out of your sewing room, but you can't let it go for free, we could do a silent auction and you set a minimum and everybody bids, and then at the end of the retreat, everybody pays up. I'm having fear of missing out. I think your retreat would be fun. Just got back from Donna's retreat here in Kentucky. Yes, Brenda, you need to be coming to this retreat in September. You need it. You need this retreat. Where else can you get 4 days plus 6 hours of quilting time? Unlimited sewing time access. You get 4 dinners included. You're going to have camaraderie here, great lighting, ADA accessible, all of that cool stuff. And you get to visit a new destination you've never seen before and that you'll probably want to come back to. I mean, Casper isn't like Panama City Beach, where everything's jacked up prices because it's a retreat or it's a vacation destination. We're not like that here. We're low-key vacation. It is a vacation, but it's a low-key vacation. And so worth it. So very worth it. Okay, let me see where this lines up. Okay, I gotta press my seams towards the blue. So when you go to put your triangles on this outer section, you got to press towards the center, because your seams on the other, if you press towards your blue, you're going to end up with problems. So make sure you watch which direction you're pressing on this step. This next to last step. But yes, I would love to have you come hang out with us, Brenda. Registrations are still open. You can even still get in on early registration. Early registration is through May 1st. We have to get 30 retreat attendees by May 1st. But early registration, there's extra drawings and things like that early registration attendees are going to get. Those who sign up after May 1st are just regular attendees. Rita says she's been to Casper when she was a high school senior back in '81. She's living in Sterling, Colorado, so not too far from Casper. No, it isn't too far. Casper's changed a lot since 1981. I've got a few friends here in town who have lived here their entire lives or lived here most of their lives, and they can firsthand tell me just how much Casper has changed since the 80s. So it's definitely changed. It's grown since then. It's definitely grown. We've got a lot of cool things to do and places to see. But at the heart of it, it is a quilting retreat. So, but I think you guys will have a good time here. I know I will. Having you guys come visit. Town change? No, not possible. All right, Rita, right? It is still a great little town. It's just got more people in it and a few extra cool things. That's what's happened. That's what's happened to Casper. Is we added some stuff and we added some people. It's not, the atmosphere of Casper is amazing. When I was down in Cheyenne, visiting with someone. People are, trying to run me over a little bit, typical Colorado type traffic. And Cheyenne gets a lot of that Colorado influence. Up here, you don't have that. People aren't running you over. You turn on your turn signal to move over and people let you over. It's amazing. Where else do you get that? Because I haven't been anywhere else where I got that kind of treatment. Where people actually, move over to let you over because you turn your turn signal on. It doesn't happen often. Just doesn't. Brenda says she'd love to, but she has to ask for time off in January for the year. Already maxed out this year. Oh, no. Okay. So I will have the dates for next year's retreat at this year's retreat. So when we get done with this year's retreat, I will already have next September's retreat dates available. So for situations like yours where you have to ask for that time off at January, you will have those dates. So definitely plan for it then. Rayanne says she's not signed up yet, but she's looking forward to getting acquainted with everyone. I love that, Rayanne. Yeah. I would love for you to be here for the retreat. That would be fantastic. I think you would have a blast, an absolute blast. And I mean, we're getting to meet everybody from across the country. For those of you who don't know, Rayanne is one of my locals, so she won't have to necessarily stay at the hotel, but she's going to have just as much fun as the rest of us, too. I would love to have you at the retreat, Rayanne. I did find out that the Wyoming State Quilt Guild is going to help promote the retreat, so that is going up as well, which is amazing. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time. I bought a lotto ticket, didn't win. Oh yeah, you need to keep getting those lotto tickets, Susan. Everybody needs to cross their fingers if Susan gets a winning lottery ticket so she can come to the retreat. And she needs to get it by like April 15th so that she gets the early registration too. Because we want her to have the early registration bonus. We want you to be here, Susan. We do. I know it's not cheap to travel. I know it's not easy on fixed income, limited income, anything of that nature. I can't work overtime to earn extra money to go places, so I get it. I can't work anywhere actually to earn money to go places. So I'm with you on it. I'm with you. All right. So I got one side added. I got one more to go. And then the other block that's still on here. What do you guys think of this block so far? Do you think it's easy enough? Easy enough? 9 patch and then corners. Do you think that's doable? Did I pick a good quilt? Did I pick a good pattern? I need to finish writing patterns too. I think that's what I may be doing next week. I've got to go back to Cheyenne next week. And we're going to see if the doctors agree with me that they're going to put me back on the medicine that I was on that helped me for so long. So we're going to see. And see if that can get me going again. Get me back off this slump and not able to keep my energy levels up. So we're going to see if that will help. We're going to see. There's a lot of we're going to sees in this. Just saying. Life is unpredictable, guys. So hug the ones you love. Make sure you give them a call and you get texts, all of that. Yes, absolutely, Brenda. We do have a payment plan. The hotel, you can pay directly to the hotel. I think you can do a pay later with the hotel. That's $109 a night plus tax at the hotel. And my retreat cost the $275. You pay $140 before May 1st, and then you pay the remainder by August 8th. So you pay $140 by May 1st, and then you pay the remaining $135 by August 8th. So just a month before retreat. It's easy, easy. Rita says, I love that pattern. It's super rare that I buy any pattern. I know it is. I know it is. So when you said you were looking at it and calling them, I was pretty impressed. When I saw this, my local quilt shop had the quilts in the window, and no joke, guys, I drove past the quilt shop and my husband wasn't paying attention, and I turned around and went around the block to make sure that he could stop and see it, because there's not really a good stopping point right in front of the quilt shop. Like, you have to kind of keep driving, otherwise people behind you might honk at you just because you're stopped in the middle of the street. But I had to drive back by that, and I had to point it out to my husband and demand that he was talking to my dad, and I had to get my husband's attention and demand that he look at the quilt store so he could see this quilt in the window, because I was just absolutely in love with it from the moment I saw it. And they had kits. I just did not want to buy kits for it. I am definitely a shop my stash kind of girl when I can, so I didn't really want to buy the kit. But oh, it's so gorgeous. I'm gonna starch it because I want it to stay completely flat and completely as beautiful as it is right now. So I'm gonna move that out of the way because I need the entire space on my my ironing board, my tray table ironing board. And I do have, I don't know who all caught me, not this past Monday, but Monday before, or maybe. Oh, okay. Well, bye, Pat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting us know. Have a great Saturday. I'm not interested in the kit, but the pattern and that panel is beyond me. Right, Rita? I just went through my stash to match fabrics to the panel. I would ask my son for help, but he has done so much for me in paying for the needed car repairs. Oh, I know, Susan. I know. Believe me, I hear you on that. You could always tell him that that would be your birthday present. Just throw it out there. Oh, thank you, Pat. Have a great Saturday. All right. So there's one block starched. Doesn't that look amazing? Doesn't it? I'm not going to trim it up right now. I will wait till I am done with all of the blocks and I will trim them all at the same time. I'm going to do that intentionally because if I have to make any slight adjustments because I didn't sew something right, didn't cut something right, it gives me a little bit of flexibility to do that. That's just how I think in my brain. Not that I really need it, because I don't think I do, but that's what I'm going to do anyway. That's what's going to happen, because that's what I've decided is going to happen. All right. I really need to figure out this starch for when I run out of this this other. I keep looking at starch recipes, guys, but I haven't looked seriously and I haven't tested any because I want to run out first and then like test from brand spanking new. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to figure out if I've got it right. Oh, the starch does such a good job though. I miss Stay Flow. Part of those blocks look to be FPP. Yes, kind of. So the corner blocks are all the same, all four corners. So you're doing 4 of those, and those are template, I believe. They might be, we might do them as foundation paper piecing. I haven't decided yet. But they're not, I do believe there's templates. And then, so second row, second from your right, I believe. And then the duplicated one at the opposite corner of the panel. So second from the left, second row up. That block is also a little fun. But we haven't hit those blocks yet. All right, here's the second block. So now I've got 2 of them. This is what it looks like on point, which is not how we're putting it. You know what? Let me get this extra out of the way. There we go. Make sure I took the right camera off. And that's how they're going to look in the quilt. And so that is that center block above the panel and center block below the panel, directly in that first row above and below. So in theirs, you can see a bigger difference between this corner fabric, this outside sashing fabric, and this inside oyster color. So theirs is a more significant color difference, but I didn't need that. Okay, so that is block 1, month 1 of the Route 66 quilt. Next month, we will be making block 2, which is Illinois Star. So that is actually the very next block off to the side. So that one that we were saying is kind of funky. It tells you what you're cutting and all of that. Print. Okay, it is foundation paper piecing. So next month when we do this, it is going to be foundation paper piecing. So look for this to be approximately about the same time every month. So we may be looking at April 11th, which is the second Tuesday, or second Saturday. So be kind of looking about there, but I will reschedule it with that same logo. So that way, as soon as I get it up there, you can go there. So you do get all the block directions at once. Yes, you do. So when you get the pattern, it comes with the cutting sheets and all of that. Then it starts into the block pages, and so this is block 1, this starts block 2. So it's all in row. So this first one was Chicago Pavement. The next one is Illinois Star. So that's the one we're doing, and it is foundation paper piecing. So they do tell you to make sure that your registration is that 1-inch square. So if you want to prepare for next month, make sure on page 6 of the pattern that you are looking at, it says print 1 page to verify the registration mark is 1-inch square. So what you do, if you've never done that part before, if you are new to all of this, take your ruler, your quilting ruler, not just any old ruler. Take a quilting ruler because you know it's going to be more accurate. Once it's printed out, make sure that you can put that square inside your 1-inch square. Like it needs to match up. The lines need to match up. Once that is set the way it needs to, then you need 8 copies of the foundation pages. So you'll need all of the fabrics cut following the cutting instructions, plus you will need 8 copies of the foundations to make the 2 stars. So that means that you're getting 1 segment, 1 quadrant of each on each page. That's why you need 8. So I will walk you guys through all of that on how to do the process. So she's got a very specific process in here about how to line everything up or how to do it kind of assembly line. I'm going to walk you guys through that. Okay, so if you're new to paper piecing, don't panic. This will not be your first or your last paper piecing, probably ever, and I can walk you through it. I am confident that you can get it with my help, so I'm here for you. All right, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day for this. I will be back tomorrow night for After Sunset Sunday. If you are doing the Reflections Mystery, your clue comes out at 3 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. I hear you, Rita. She says it's rare she sews through the paper, saves on the amount of paper I have to waste. Yeah, and I might copy mine onto freezer paper so I don't waste. But I may just go ahead and do it on paper just for simplicity. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I'll figure it out before then. The FPP one is going to be super fun. I believe it. So guys, I will see you on this project next month. I'm planning the second Saturday. So just bear with me as I get that scheduled, and I will see you guys tomorrow night, but I will also see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. for the Reflections Mystery launch. I will be in the chat with you guys, and so until then, go put some fabric, go put some needle and thread fabric, get that serotonin hit, that dopamine boost, and I will see you